the sort of approach to politics and following politics day to day that you're talking about is people focusing on policy and having a good idea of what politicians are actually trying to accomplish and what they're not, and making sure that their views of politics are informed by an accurate set of facts about what's happening. So if that's a potential world that we could reach, in your estimation, as you've been on this like adventure to try to get us to that place, how far are we from that? And are we moving in the right or the wrong direction? And what areas of misinformation bother you most, especially during 2020? What sorts of misinformation stand out to you as particularly dangerous?
Well, interestingly enough, I think that, America is a very interesting country in that everything's up for debate here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the sky's blue, I don't really agree with that. So let me change it up. And that's kind of the country that we live in. A lot of people think COVID's fake. A lot of people don't want to wear masks. A lot of people, a lot of propaganda going around about the post office losing money. And I think that at the same time, while access to information in the age we live in has made it easier for people to stay up to date with facts, it's also made it easier for people to just get in echo chambers where all they hear is what they want to hear. So I don't really think I can confidently say that we're just headed in the right direction as a whole. I actually think that things are becoming more divided. I think that the partisanship in both parties is growing. You see the Republican and the Democratic parties fighting within themselves. You have the progressive wing and the Democratic Party and the corporate wing. And then in the Republican Party, you kind of have the libertarian wing. And then, just your everyday run of the mill corporate wing. So I think that we have a really, really tough fight ahead of us. And one of the biggest challenges that I've come to find again is, if people don't want to believe something, they just won't believe it. And in America, we treat politics like a basketball game or a football game. It's a team sport. Yeah. And I think that that's really reflective of decades of corporate corruption and how that's affected our education system, how that has tampered our abilities to know how to think and really, just be objective with finding the truth rather than finding what makes us feel good. But at the same time, I do think that what we're seeing is more activism, more than ever. I think that younger people are, running for office. I think that there's more emphasis on local government that we've been seeing growing. And I think that that's really important right now because I think that in America, when we think about politics and we think about voting and we think about how we can participate in the process, we typically think about every 4 years, who's going to be the president. But in reality, so much of what impacts our daily lives happens on a local level. The state of our schools, how the public schools are, programs. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, for instance. There's a program for any student. Once they start kindergarten, if they're in a public school, they're able to open up a savings account, a college savings account throughout their time in grade school and through high school. Studies have shown that if you have at least $500 of savings, you're more likely to not just go to college, but finish college. And all of that happens on a local level. Really good ideas about how we can fund things, how we can make programs. A lot of that happens right around the corner from us. And we really don't have access to that because on television, all we see is, Tucker Carlson and, different people who are focused on, cultural issues and, Donald Trump, Nancy Pelosi, AOC, all the people, the big famous people that everyone knows. But there's just so much more going on. And I think that what we really, really need to do is bite down and focus on local government. In my opinion, that's even more important than the federal government because again, there's just so much of what affects your everyday life happens in local government.
Yeah, no, I think that you're totally right. And it's one of the things that we've stressed for with the close of the Democratic primary. There were a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters who felt really like off put by the result and all of that. And we try to remind them that, regardless of what you end up thinking about the presidential election, there are so many other levels of government that demand your involvement, activism, and all of that.
The fight's not over.
Exactly, it never can be. Unfortunately, it's exhausting, like 2020. So, if somebody's watching this and they want to take a look at the app, where can they find out about it?
You can, it's available on iOS and Android. Just type in Politiscope. And again, really, what we aim to do is just make general political engagement easier. If you need to know what the news is, whatever the news of the day is, we have it, and we source from reputable sources. And all of our data comes from places like, the FEC for campaign election information, the Department of Labor for things like job updates, the state of the job market, sources like that. That you can trust. You're not necessarily trusting what Politiscope thinks and what the people behind Politiscope think, but everything that we have on the app is from credible sources. Yeah. So, again, just daily news consumption. If you want to see who's running in what state, how much money they've raised, what they're polling at, again, just the quick information that you really need to know, that's what Politiscope aims to provide. So just type in Politiscope on Android or Apple devices, and we're there. We run 7 days a week. We miss no days. We send out updates, and it's just an easier way to keep up with politics.
That's awesome. Yeah, and now especially we need more of that, so I appreciate that. And Jackson, it's great to catch up with you. Let's definitely keep talking as the campaign continues. Very interested definitely. To see how things develop.
Definitely, absolutely. It's about to get pretty crazy, so everybody buckle up and please register to vote. Whatever it is that you believe, please register to vote, because if we don't participate, our ability to participate will only diminish. That's the nature of power. So we got to fight.
That's the direction it's moving. Jackson White, thank you so much.
All right, appreciate it.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.